Events, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot happening in this arena during those events. I mean, flying axes, flying chainsaws, and flying lumberjacks. So if you're moving around at the same time as those guys, someone could seriously get hurt. And we want to avoid that. Yo-ho? Yo-ho! Very good. Now, other than that, we have just a few more announcements from your ships. But before we get those rolling, I'm gonna need one more big and a rowdy. Yo-ho! Yo-ho! All right, let's get those announcements rolling.
Welcome to the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. Before we get the competition started, we have a few things to go over. Are you ready for a lumberjack competition?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. Would you please put your hands together for the host of our competition today, straight from the music capital of Nashville, Tennessee, it's Lasagna Joe.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. Now, are you all excited to spend the next hour here with us as our athletes risk life and limb for your entertainment? Yeah! Well, I know I am. Now, as you may have just heard, my name is Lasagna Joe. And no, I'm no lumberjack. I'm a chef and a singer, originally from the music city of Nashville, Tennessee. We were at Nashville, there we go, where I was well known for my velvet smooth voice and my irresistible venison lasagna. The secret is a dash of cinnamon. Trust me, you can't go wrong. But working those kitchens by day and the stage by night got old. I got bored and I needed a change. So I packed a bag and made my way to the final frontier, Alaska. Isn't she beautiful? Yes, yes. Well, the cost of living here in Alaska is just a little bit different than in Tennessee. So I needed to find a job and I needed to find one fast. Luckily for me, I made friends with a few lumberjacks from the local logging camp who were in search of a camp cook. So I whipped up a batch of my venison lasagna, and before I knew it, I was the most sought after chef in the area. The lumberjacks love my cooking and my vibrant personality so much, they invited me to judge the competition here today. Now today's show will be unlike anything you've ever seen before. This is the Timber Carnival. You see, we're standing in Ketchikan Spruce Mill, once among the largest spruce producing mills in the world, having operated for over 80 years and having processed millions of tons of timber. Now that's pretty crazy. But timber is a large industry. So while Ketchikan was one of the largest timber producers in the world, it wasn't alone. 100. Your first athlete got his start in timber sports in East Aurora, New York, on his collegiate timber sports team, where he brought that team to the Northeast Championship. Make some noise for Aiden the Iron Man Aarons. All right, make some, no, Spruce Mill, when you meet a Dawson Creek athlete, what do you do? Spruce Mill, your first athlete, got his start in timber sports in Asheville, North Carolina. On his collegiate timber sports team, where he brought that team to the Mid-Atlantic Championship. Make some noise for Andrew Slick Ockpitch. Dawson Creek, your final athlete, got his start in timber sports right here in Ketchikan. He hitchhiked on up to Alaska from Michigan and said, I want to be a lumberjack. Make some noise for the hitchhiker, Chance Hart. And Dawson Creek, on his friend's Bruce Mill. Your final athlete got his start in timber sports in Buffalo, New York, on his collegiate timber sports team. And for the last 3 years, he's gone on to win the Juno Gold Rush Timber Sports competition, becoming the Bull of the Woods. He's never lost. Make some noise for the Bull of the Woods, Jake Hollywood Tuholsky. And now that we have our 4 lumberjacks in the arena, give me a big lumberjack yo-ho! Yeah! All right, lumberjacks, it meets me right here in the center of the arena. Now I want a good, clean competition. None of your funny business, Aiden. Now shake hands, touch axes, and let's get this thing started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first event of today's competition is going to be the underhand chop. This event simulates how a lumberjack would break up a fallen tree into smaller pieces for transportation in a process known as bucking. In this event, our athletes will stand on top of their underhand logs, place their face cuts into the backside, then turn and place their sever cuts, severing those logs in 2 by swinging those 7-pound razor blade sharp axes just inches away from their toes. Now these events are all extremely dangerous and very real, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever severs their log first wins, but remember, no event is complete until both athletes have completed their tasks. So even if your team loses, keep your energies high. They'll need it for all of these events. So who's gonna take the victory? Will it be the Bull of the Woods, Jake Hollywood Tuholsky of Spruce Mill? Or the hitchhiker, Chance Hart of Dawson Creek? Well, let's find out. Cheer your athletes on and boo your opponent's competitors. Ready? 1, 2, go! It's the hitchhiker, Chance Hart versus the Bull of the Woods, Jake Hollywood Tuholsky. Who's gonna take the victory? Make some noise out there, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for the hitchhiker as he finishes out those final driving chops. And there we go. Make some noise, Spruce Mill. Now, Spruce Mill, there are 2 ways in which we keep score here at the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. First, we place a home country flag on the winning team's board. So let's get that American flag on the Spruce Mill board. Don't stop now. There we go. Second, we give a prize, a postcard signed by all of our lumberjacks to the rowdiest fan in the winning audience. Who wants the first signed prize? Very good, very good. When a lumberjack found a tree he wanted to fell, he would throw his axe into that tree, marking his territory. Over time, this became a competitive event in timber sports known as the axe throw. In this event, our athletes will throw their double-bitted axes into our axe-throwing target, scoring between 1 and 5 points, hoping to hit that 5-point bullseye. Whoever scores the highest wins. Each athlete gets 1 warm-up throw and 3 throws for points. And warming up for you, Dawson Creek, is the Iron Man, Aiden Aarons. Yeah! Well, luckily that was just a warm-up. Now warming up for you, Spruce Mill, is Andrew Slick Ockpitch. With a beautiful warm-up for Spruce Mill. Now those were just the warm-ups. These next 3 thrills count for points. Who's gonna come out on top? Make some noise, Dawson Creek. That is a 4-point throw for Dawson Creek. 4 points Dawson Creek on the first throw. Make some noise, Spruce Mill. And that is a 3-point throw for Spruce Mill. 4 points Dawson Creek, 3 points Spruce Mill, 2 throws left. Let's see, that's going to be a 3-point throw for Dawson Creek. That is 7 points total for the Dawson Creek team. 3 points for Spruce Mill with 2 throws left. And that is going to be, well, barely a 3-point throw. We'll give that one a 3-point throw. That is 6 points on the Spruce Mill board. 7 points Dawson Creek. This is our final throw, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a 5-point bullseye, ladies and gentlemen. 12 points on the Dawson Creek board. Make some noise, Dawson Creek. Which means we got a problem, Spruce Mill. With 6 points, there's no way to catch up to 8 and 12. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, well, y'all want to see me go for the win, right? Well, it clearly states in the Axe Service rulebook that if I throw from double the distance, it'll be worth double the points. Y'all want to see that?
If Andrew can throw a 3, he'll tie. A 4 or higher takes the win. Canadian flag on the board. Now Dawson Creek, get rowdy! Who wants that side pride? This is the double buck. In this event, our athletes will work together to cut one complete cookie from their log using their cross-cut saw. Now these cross-cuts are 6-foot-long saws with 100 razor blade sharp teeth, known as M-tooth racing blades, made specifically for timber sports. Now, if you were to use a crosscut on the forest floor, you'd use a peg and a raker, also known as the misery whip for the back pains they'd give you after a long day's work. What's so funny?
Well, yeah, what do you call this thing?
The misery whip.
Well, we all just thought that was funny because that's what we all call your girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Okay, so anyways, as you just saw, our athletes have placed their safety cuts. They placed that safety cut in hopes of avoiding a slip or a jam, which would cost them time, the competition, and maybe a finger. Who's gonna take the victory? Will it be Dawson Creek? Or will it be Spruce Mill? Well, let's find out. Cheer your athletes on and boo your opponents. Competitors ready? 1, 2, go! It was so close. Only the eagle eye of Lasagna Joe knows what happened. Spruce Mill takes the win. Make some noise, Spruce Mill. Let's get the American flag on the board. And now Spruce Mill, get rowdy. Who wants that side prize? Was that unfair, Dawson Creek?
It wasn't fair.
Did you guys want a replay?
Yeah.
All right, who recorded it? You did? Get out, no recording. By show of hands, who here has ever seen a timber sports show before? Then you know what this next event is. This is the Standing Block Chop, the premier chopping event of timber sports. This event simulates how a lumberjack would fell a tree with an axe. In the Standing Block Chop, our athletes will place their face cuts into their logs, then turn and place their sever. In today's event, our athletes are using Steel 362 chainsaws, the perfect chainsaw for the homeowner. Who's gonna take the victory? Will it be Spruce Mill? Or Dawson Creek? Well, let's find out. Cheer your athletes on and boo your opponents. Competitors ready? 1, 2, go! It's Spruce Mill versus Dawson Creek in the obstacle pole race. Who's gonna take the victory in this obstacle course event? It's anybody's competition, ladies and gentlemen. Race, ladies and gentlemen, it's anybody's win. Who's gonna take it? And it looks like it just might be the Spruce Mill team.
Damn it.
Make some noise, Spruce Mill. Let's get that American flag on the... Use these big, dangerous hot saws myself. They're very scary. But our friends Jake Hollywood-Saholski and the hitchhiker Chance Hart, well, they use them all the time. Well, tell us, Jacob, what makes a hot saw a hot saw?
Yeah, we stole them. Yes.
Wait.
No, we didn't. Come on, Jake, tell them what you did to the saw.
Well, yeah, Joe filed off all the serial numbers.
So, Chance, can you tell us about the engine modifications that make a hot saw a hot saw?
Yeah, we take home these perfectly legally acquired chainsaws. Then we board the cylinder carburetor, add this big expansion chamber that allows the saw to breathe a whole lot better and run a whole lot faster for you folks. Yo-ho.
You heard them, folks. These saws are super fast and super powered. And with all that power comes a lot of noise. Yeah, sure. So if you have a headache out there, if you have young ones in the audience, or if you had a late night on the Lido deck last night, make sure to cover up those ears. Lumberjack, show them the noise. On my mark, our athletes will cold start their saw. That's with the saw off and on the ground. They'll then cut 2 complete cookies from their log. Whoever cuts that second complete cookie first takes the victory. Is that gonna be Jake Hollywood-Saholski of Spruce Mill? Or the hitchhiker Chance Hart of Dawson Creek? Well, let's find out. Cheer your athletes on as loud as you can because they won't be able to hear a thing. So here's ready. 1, 2, go! And Dawson Creek takes the win. Let's on dominant chopping hand to place that severed cut from the back and bring that tree down to the forest floor. Whoever severs their log first wins. Is that gonna be the hitchhiker Chance Hart of Dawson Creek? Or Andrew Slick Ockpitch of Spruce Mill? Well, let's find out. Cheer your athletes on and boo your opponents. This is our most dangerous chopping event. Choppers ready? 1, 2, go! It's the hitchhiker Chance Hart versus Andrew Slick Ockpitch in the springboard chop. Our most dangerous chopping event and a true test of balance, precision, and strength in timber sports. Who's gonna prove to be the stronger chopper? That's right, make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Who's gonna take the victory? It's not over yet. Spruce Mill, make some noise for Andrew Slick. I'll pitch up there. Just a few more chops. That's a stubborn log up there. Give me a big yo-ho for Andrew. There we go. Make some noise, Dawson Creek. Let's get that Canadian.
Hi. So, yeah, we don't have a steam dock here today, thanks.
Chance, I just told them there's no steamed donkey. What we don't know is how we solve this huge problem.
Oh yeah, come to me with all your problems.
Yeah.
Hi. So folks, we don't have that steam donkey here today, but it will not be a problem. Thank you.
Boo him, Spruce Mill. Because what do you mean it's not going to be a problem? It's a huge problem.
No, Joe, it's not a problem because these Americans brought the two jackasses.
Whoa, hey, whoa. No, we can't just bring it up. Chance, you cannot go around talking about Spruce Mill like that. They're extremely violent. You need to apologize.
No.
Spruce Mill, you want an apology, don't you? And Chance, you're gonna give it to him right now.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do about it, Pasta Paul? Make me some more bad SpaghettiOs?
Chance Elizabeth Hart. That's right, guys. His name's Elizabeth. You're gonna apologize to Spruce Mill and Lasagna Joe right now.
Alright, Elizabeth happens to be a family name that I'm very proud of.
Well, you go, girl.
Alright.
Now apologize.
You know what? I am sorry. It's more like one jackass and his little pony.
Oh, you know what? Do that starts right now. Go! The object of the rigging race is to use the timber to hit the spark pole. Whoever hits the spark pole first takes the victory. Who's it gonna be? Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. And that's quite a launch from Dawson Creek, but who's gonna take the win? Make some noise out there. And Dawson Creek takes the victory. Make some noise, Dawson Creek. Get out of my way. Now, Dawson Creek, we're gonna give you that flag in just one moment. But first, Lasagna Joe's giving that side prize away. Who wants it?
About it.
It's true, he's got a laminated certificate right on his roommate's fridge.
Oh no, it's our fridge.
Get,
Not our roommate.
yeah, guess who his roommate is? It's his mom. Alright, so what are you gonna carve for us here today?
Alright, I'm gonna carve my mother's favorite Alaskan wildlife animal. What do you folks think of when you hear my mother's favorite Alaskan wildlife animal? Wow, you guys are real smart. You got it on the first try. It's a bunny rabbit.
Well, let's hear for the master carver.
Start with the ears! This is the hard part!
Wow, Chance, that's really something. You know, I think it's time to move on to our next event. The Speak Line, my personal favorite.
Would you folks like to see the bunny?
No, guys. So anyway. Yeah, guys, it's really something, right? Chance, your carving looks good. What's going on with this eye right there?
Oh, he's what you would call a winking bunny.
Who's it winking at?
Well, all the pretty ladies on Dawson Creek, of course.
Well, there we go. They seem very impressed by that. You know, your carving looks really good. It just needs a little bit more, detail.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. As a proud Canadian, I'll put that one thing in right now, eh?
What are you talking about? Detail isn't just one thing, Chance, and that thing needs a lot of detail.
Detail certainly is just one thing, Joe. Detail goes right there in the back, eh?
Spruceville, boo him. I meant features, Chance. A paw, whiskers, fur.
Alright, pal. So, them whiskers, they go up there in the front of a bunny rabbit, right? Yeah, I feel bad about forgetting them whiskers up front and the tail and the back, so just for y'all special here today, brand new, never done before, I'll throw in a third cup, buy two, get the third one free, and it's gonna be called the, the furry fluffy eyebrow.
Chance, why would a bunny have fluffy eyebrows?
Oh no, Joe, don't be ridiculous. I said, eyebrow, just one of them.
Yeah. Why would a bunny have a unibrow?
I got inspired when I looked over and saw these ladies sitting on Spruce Mill.
Boom again, Spruceville, boom again. Why would you say something like that?
Hold on, at least hear me out. Some of you don't seem too happy about that. That was a compliment. I like my women hairy.
We're gonna get him back for that one, Spruce Mill. Dawson Creek, boo him! Boo!
Distract them!
Distract who? What do you mean? Oh, man. Boom some more, guys! Oh, what do you know what's going on here? Chance, what is this?
Well, pal, if you weren't paying attention, that's a furry fluffy eyebrow, a little extra fluff today.
No. That is not a fluffy eyebrow. That is a decapitated bunny.
All right, pal, I'll level with you. I don't know what that word means.
It means it has no head, Chance.
It's got a head, Joe. It's missing ears. It's irritated.
Chance, I'm irritated. Lasagna Joe is irritated. I told all of these people here that you were a master carver and you gave them garbage.
Hold on, buddy. You're irritated. You told them I'm a master chainsaw carver because I am a master chainsaw carver. I gave them garbage. I'm pretty sure it's clear to me and all these folks, this is your fault.
How is this Lasagna Joe's fault?
I very politely asked you to shut up. You didn't do that. You were screaming, you were yelling, you were jumping up and down. You distracted me midway through that crucial cut. Joe, I could have cut my leg off. You distracted me. You made me do it.
I made you do what?
Oh, cut a hair too deep.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're done with the Master Carver. Let's hear for Chance. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to our next event this week. My personal favorite. This event simulates the duties of the high climber who creates our sparkles. Hold on 1 second, guys. Chance, you've done something really cool here. Get up and show everybody this cute little thing you're sitting on. Chance, I meant the chair.
Oh yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. So folks, it seems really by accident I carved this little lumberjack piece of furniture. We just so happen to call it a hair chair. It's actually a souvenir from the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. However, it's a little small for me and all of us out here, so I was wondering if maybe a little lumberjack or a lumberjill could come down from the audience and try it out. But you gotta stand up and scream and be the loudest one out there and say, I want the chair! How about that guy in the blue jacket? You wanna come on down? Let's hear it for him, folks. Woo! lady can try it out, see how it fits. Oh, perfect fit. So, Ben, the chair is not free. I'm gonna need a couple things. What's your name?
Ben.
Ben, it's very nice to meet you. Gonna get a loud and rowdy. Yo-ho.
Yo-ho.
That was loud and rowdy. So, Ben, who'd you come to the show with today?
My mom and my sister.
Mom and sister. Mom, up there, can you have the chair? Yes, that will be $100.
What do you mean $100 just says a souvenir?
Well, that is a souvenir. Welcome to Alaska.
No, Ben's gonna get that for free. Let's hear for Ben, our chair tester. And hey Ben, hold on guys, hey Ben, good luck in that thing through customs, kid. Alright, now it's time for Lasagna Joe's favorite event, the speed climb. This event simulates the duties of a high climber who creates our spar poles here. The way he'd do it, he'd find the tallest tree at the top of the mountain being logged, climb to the top of that tree, delimbing it along the way. Once he reached the top, he'd cap it with a saw, an axe, or a stick of dynamite in a process known as topping. Now sometimes when topping a tree, the tree would start to split, so the high climber would have to bail or jump from the top in order to avoid being crushed by the tree and the rope that held him to it. In this event, our athletes will climb to the top of their spar pole, tag that red line, and bail down to their crash pad. Whoever hits the crash pad first takes the win. Is that gonna be the Bull of the Woods, Jake Hollywood Zaholski of Spruce Mill? Or the Iron Man, Aiden Aarons of Dawson Creek? Well, let's find out. Now, Jake is the 3-time Bull of the Woods, so he's gonna give Aiden a little bit of a handicap, and he's feeling confident today. Let's see how they do. Make some noise and climbers ready. 1, 2, go! It's not over yet. Make some noise, Dawson Creek. And there we have it. Let's hear for both of those climbers, ladies and gentlemen. That is our most dangerous event of today's competition. But make it louder for Spruce Mill. Let's get that flag on the board and Spruce Mill, get rowdy. Who wants that side prize? Longest wins. Is that gonna be Andrew Slick Pitch of Spruce Mill? Or the hitchhiker Chance Hart of Dawson Creek? Well, let's find out. Now, before we get going, remember guys, it is especially important to stay seated during this event. And who's gonna go first? And Andrew takes the first run across our 4-log boom raft. And that is a good pass for Spruce Mill. Now, Chance takes his first run across our 4-log boom raft. With a successful pass for Dawson Creek. Now, one more pass is needed for each of our guys. Make some noise, Spruce Mill. That's a good pass for Spruce Mill. Now, Chance takes his final run. Make some noise for the hitchhiker, Chance Hart. And there we have it. That's 2 complete passes, which means it's time for our sudden death tiebreaker, which is just a tiebreaker. Wait, no, stop it. What are you guys doing? Put him down. Put him down. You gotta stop doing this. Not that kind of sudden death, Andrew. Remember what you did to Doug and Steve.
And nobody liked Doug or Steve.
Well, it was a big mess that Lasagna Joe had to clean up. This used to be a 6-man show. Listen, they're gonna do a sudden death axe throw. They'll throw their axes at the target one more time. Whoever sticks closest to that bullseye takes the victory. Who's gonna be? Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. And that's gonna be a 3-point throw. A 4 or higher takes the win. Make some noise, Dawson Creek. I got one side prize left. Who wants it? Who wants it, ladies and gentlemen? love how everyone got silent once they realized they weren't getting that prize. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's show, we've shown you all a day in the working life of an industry lumberjack, from felling trees to tying boom rafts. But you know what they say, all work and no play makes the jacks dull boys. So after the lumberjacks dropped off their loads and their foremen paid their salaries, well, they stroll on down to Creek Street for a night of fun. Yes, we heard you, Jacob. Stop talking. Yes, guys, they would go to Dolly's house. For those of you who don't know, Dolly's house is just our local lemonade stand. Yeah. So as the guys were at Dolly's enjoying their lemonade, they would always end up arguing who was the toughest and who was the best log roller and burler. Which brings us to our final event of today's competition, the log roll, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise out there. That's right. This is a best 2 out of 3 log roll. It's 3 rounds and is worth 3 flags. Whoever takes the victory here takes the entire competition, and there are only 2 rules: no touching and no crossing that center line. Other than that, anything goes. So clap those hands out there and stomp those feet on the stage. And burlers, let's get rolling. It's our final event of today's competition, the log roll. Who's gonna take the victory? Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Just a 1 out of 3 victory, which means you still have time to take the victory. Can you do it, Spruceville? Well, let's find out. Clap those hands for round 2.
Dead. Death. Death. Death.
Dawson Creek, Chance just lost twice. Chance, where you going? You can't go home in the middle of a show. Chance, what just happened?
It's pretty obvious what just happened.
I mean, yeah, but how did that just happen?
Old Andrew Slick Ockpitch was saying some pretty mean stuff about my mother. So naturally, I try to send him in with the best log rolling move I know. That's called a double water whammy kick.
And what's that?
Oh yeah, it's pretty simple, Joel. It's where you kick water with both feet at the same time.
And who taught you this move, Chance?
Jake over there. I don't know why he's laughing. I thought he was my friend.
And how did listening to Jake work out for you?
No, it didn't work, Joe. My left leg shot out east, right leg shot out west. Trust me, didn't know what to do, straight south.
It looked real painful, Chance. Did you hurt yourself out there?
Yeah, it was real painful, Joe. I just landed really hard on my bottom.
Is your bottom okay, Chance?
No, there was a big crack in it.
Aw, Chance. That's just nuts. I'll tell you what. If everybody stands up on their feet and cheers real loud for you, can you pull us together for one more roll?
I think so. What do you got?
Stand up, everybody! It's our final week. Who's gonna take the picture? Let's find out and let's get rolling. And there we have it. It is my pleasure as the judge to announce Dawson Creek the champion of the Great Alaska Lumberjack Show. Now let's hear for our 4 lumberjacks for their work in today's show. From Spruceville, Andrew Slick on pitch. And from the woods, Jake Hollywood Toholsky. And for your champions, Dawson Creek, the Ironman, Aiden Aarons. And the hitchhiker, Chance Hart. Thank you all for coming to our show. I am your host, Lasagna Joe. And from all of us to all of you, give me one more big and a rowdy yo-ho. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Now, if you're seated on the Dawson Creek side over here, we are going to exit out of the horse barn just over here.